Hello, precious people, and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit different, but let me just introduce myself. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jen Gerard. I am the president and CEO of Gerard Cosmetics, and this channel is monetized for charity, which means that if you interact with this channel, share my videos, watch my videos, even leave a little comment, you are helping support two amazing charities. One is the Domestic Violence Center of Santa Clarita, and the other is Rescues on the Runway, which is an amazing dog rescue here in my area. So I thank you for supporting the dogs. In addition, if you purchase anything from Gerard Cosmetics or Whitening Lightning and you use the code RESCUE, you will get 30% discount, and a portion of your purchase will go to help the dogs as well. So it's a win-win. You get some new makeup, some new teeth whitening. The dogs get some food, some medical care, some supplies, whatever it is that they need. So at any rate, I digress. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than the other videos that I've done, and because it's just very personal thing, but I have decided to share my experience with all of you because I'm hoping that it can really help somebody. And I think somebody knows that this is not easy for me because he came over to say hello. Yogi, do you want to say hi? You want to say hi to everybody? Say hi. If you're going to come over, you got to show your cute little face. Yes, I know. You're the cutest. Okay, so he's going to be here. That's what my left arm is going to be doing while we're talking. I am going to be inserting some clips and some videos, some pictures and things. So October 7th of last year, I woke up in the morning and I was getting ready for church, and I decided, I washed my hair and everything, and stop. And when I looked at my brush was absolutely full of hair.
I wanted to insert these pictures so you guys could see just how much hair was coming off on the brush. I probably emptied my brush 3 times, and you can just see it was just so bad.
Emptied it. I brushed my hair a few more times. It was absolutely full of hair again. And after about 5 minutes of this, I realized like my hair was so thin that you could pretty much see through it. And I was very late to church. It took me 3 hours to get ready because I couldn't figure out what to do with this. And it just so happened that I was leaving town the following weekend for the Philippines, and I had to go to a store opening. So I was wigging out about, oh, that's fun, wigging. I was wigging out about what, what I was going to do and how I was going to attend this, this store opening with pretty much no hair. So I'm a 51-year-old woman, 50 at the time, extremely healthy, and I just had no idea what was going on. So I was on my way to the hairdresser to get my roots done, which, as you can see, they are due to be done again fairly soon. And when I got to the hairdresser, she was like, "Jen, I've never seen this. Like your hair is so thin." She's like, I really, I don't know what to do. She really didn't want to bleach it. I made her bleach it. And in the meantime, I had emailed my doctor, and it was Sunday, but he did email me back fairly quickly, like within an hour, and said, come into the office tomorrow. So she did my hair. I went into the office the next day, and he proceeded to let me know that I had been poisoned by a pesticide. And so I wanted to make this video on the 1-year anniversary of all of this happening, just to kind of show you there's so much to this, and it's going to be a series. So this is just going to be kind of the story time of how I lost my hair, and then we'll get into like how I dealt with it, and how I made it grew it back. So at any rate, the doctor let me know, and we went back through the timeline. He had a pretty good timeline based on how and where the hair broke off, because of course, as it's close to your head, it's getting plenty of nutrients from your scalp, and then as it hits a certain area, it's just far enough away from your head that it's not getting any nutrients from your scalp anymore, and so it's going to fall out. And based on the timeline and a couple of other factors, we determined that this more than likely happened on the plane to Dubai. So I had gone to Dubai in March, and it was a very long flight, 16 hours. Hi, baby. And when I got to Dubai, normally, I've done long flights before. I don't ever remember getting jet lag going someplace. I've gotten it when I've gotten home, but never when I'm going. So I thought that was weird. and I was just very, very, very run down the entire week that I was there. I barely made it to the events that I had to go to, and I just pretty much spent the rest of the time in the hotel room. The last day I was there, I forced myself to go to the Burj Al Arab and the Burj Khalifa because I wanted to see a little bit of the city before I came home. But I was very, very, very run down and tired the whole time I was there.
Hi, Editing Jen here. I left out something very important. So my doctor did explain to me that a lot of the airlines, particularly international airlines, do spray the planes down with pesticides in between the flights just to help keep from having disease and things carry from one set of passengers to the next. And that more than likely I was just exposed to that, and that was what really caused the damage to my hair.
And then when I came home, I thought I had jet lag, but it went on for like 2.5 weeks. And I didn't know you couldn't have jet lag for 2.5 weeks. I just thought that was what it was. I was taking detox baths and doing all kinds of stuff. And so like I said, my doctor and I kind of went back through the timeline, and that was the only thing that really stuck out to me as something that had happened at that point. You are just, this guy. He's relentless today. He wants that loving. At any rate, it was a very scary thing. At the time, I was doing lives pretty much every day on Facebook. And so I do have some footage from Facebook that I will insert for you to see just how thin my hair was. And I'm also going to insert for you some footage of my hair the day that I
So this was on my second trip to the hairdresser 5 days after. You can see how high my hairline is, like how giant my forehead looks, and how thin my hair looks on the top. She actually did make me some extensions with toupee clips because it was so thin in the back. I mean, you could pretty much see my scalp. I am not gonna lie, this video right here makes me a little bit emotional. In this part of this Facebook, I had just taken out the 2 pieces of extensions that she made, and you kind of get an idea of how little hair there is. I mean, you can just see it. It looks like I got hit by an axe murderer in the back, and I mean, there just isn't words to express how that felt. And the hair pretty much continued to come out and break off the part that was like already broken for another few days. So it actually didn't look that bad in this photo as it actually got, but you could see that there's pretty much no hair underneath in the back. The bottom like inch to 2 inches in the back was pretty much gone. And obviously there was big chunks everywhere else, and it's still growing in, you know, not all the way, and there's still parts that are longer than the other, and all of that even 1 whole year later. So I thought I would also insert these photos. This one was taken a little over a month after everything happened. You could see there's literally a few hairs in the back, and it had actually started to grow in pretty good by this point. I mean, at least up at the scalp, there wasn't as many bare spots. And this one was taken 2 months after. So this was in December. You can see that it's starting to grow in really thick up close to the scalp. But, you know, the part that is older is still in really, really bad shape. So all of this happened
on a Sunday. I went to the doctor on Monday. I had also gone to the hairdresser on Sunday. And I went back on Friday for her to see what she could do to help me out. She made me some, which you'll see in the video, she made me some clip-in extensions that were made with toupee clips so that you wouldn't be able to see them through the very, very thin hair, and just to fill my hair in a little bit so that it wouldn't look as thin as it was. I mean, you could see through it every place, and you'll see in the video. So a lot of it was broken off, you know, this long. Some of it was broken off this long. Some of it was broken off this long. It was just all broken in different places. Plus, it was coming out at the root. So, I mean, I was absolutely terrified. I mean, those of you who are watching, especially women, like, you know, our hair is kind of our crowning glory. And, you know, losing your hair is not something that you expect to happen. And since I was doing lives pretty much every single day, you know, there was no hiding it. So I had to be really honest about everything that was happening. And, you know, I was surprised at how many people reached out to me influencers to regular everyday people in their 20s, in their early 20s, telling me, oh, I've had the same thing. My hair's so thin. What are you doing to make it better? I actually sent some concoctions of some things to a few of my friends, and you'll probably hear from them eventually. In terms of, what they were dealing with and how that came to be. But it was just a really, really, really scary time. And, I just don't even know how to say it. I mean, in some regard, it's just hair. There's so many worse things that happen in the world, and, it's just hair. But at the same time, like I said, it is your crowning glory. And, it really was a terrifying experience. So I'm hoping that by sharing my experience with all of this, and just being open and honest with you guys about what happened, that maybe we can help each other. And I definitely am plan on sharing with you what it was that I did to make things better, and how I grew my hair back, because it is actually thicker and healthier than it has ever been. I want to say that it wasn't like, I started seeing the effects. I'm gonna, so I'm gonna rewind for you just a bit. Come here, baby. He must know that this is upsetting for me, because he is like clingier than usual. At any rate, I do want to rewind just a little bit. So when I came home from Dubai in mid-March of 2018, like I said, after the jet lag and everything, I felt okay. But around the month of June, and I'll insert a picture here that was taken in May, and then I'll insert some photos that were taken between June and October 7th. And I did notice that my hair was very dry and seemed to be just not healthy like it had always been. And, I was using a lot of products on it, but I made sure to consult with my hairdresser, because she's an Emmy-nominated hairdresser. She's been doing my hair for 25 years. For those of you who know me, I am extremely loyal. And if somebody takes care of me, they're my person forever. So she's been my person forever. She will be my person forever if she ever retires. She will not be allowed to retire from doing my hair. I will show up wherever she is and force her to do it. But anyway, I did consult her. She suggested that maybe I try some avocados mashed with bananas and put that on the hair. Because I bleach my hair, everybody was telling me to put different kinds of oils and stuff on it, and I was very afraid to do that. The way that Joanne explained it to me was that when you have bleached hair, basically the bleaching process is opening up the hair cuticle and robbing it of all of the color, but the cuticle remains open after it's bleached. And so it's very important not to put too much oil on it, because if you put too much oil on it, it will weigh it down and it will eventually break it. And so that was definitely something that was on my radar. Also, which I didn't know until after the doctor examined me, was that my estrogen level was low. So that contributed to the hair loss as well. Whatever toxins I was exposed to, it seemed like my body was able to fight them off. It was just that my hair got the remnants of it. And if my estrogen level had been, level had been adequate, it probably would not have broken off. But at the same time, you got to believe that everything happens for a reason. And so I really want to make this video series for anyone who might be watching, just to know that you can come back from it. You can live through it gracefully. I know lots of people lose their hair due to certain types of cancer treatments and things like that. And I just want to know it. I just want you all to know that I feel you. It was a terrifying experience, but definitely far from the worst thing I've ever been through. And I'm really excited to do this series for you. So in this video, I really just wanted to kind of show you some pictures and video of kind of what was happening in the week that I lost my hair. And in the next segment, which will be coming out in a couple of weeks, I will let you know kind of how I dealt with it in the immediate aftermath, and how I kind of, not how I covered it up, but how I covered it up when I had to go to events and things like that. there was a lot of things that went on, and then I will get into showing you what I did and how I brought my hair back, because according to my hairdresser, she says she has never seen anything like it in her 45 years of doing hair. She says that my hair is thicker and healthier than it has ever been. It is still in the growing back process, but so it is still all different lengths, but it is very, very, very thick and very, very, very healthy. And I had healthy hair before. It was just baby fine. So it's very interesting that all of this has happened. And as we get into the series, I think you'll understand why. And hopefully you can utilize some of what I've been through to help you with yours if you're going through the same thing. So at any rate, I appreciate you being with me today, and Yogi for that matter. I'm sorry for his continual interruptions. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel. Sign up for notifications. You click that little bell and it'll let you know anytime I upload. And yeah, I just thank you guys so much for, I can't believe how fast this channel has grown. And you know, I'm just a little old lady, and I really love making videos for all of you guys. I didn't think I would, but I really do. And I just thank you guys all for the love and support. And I can't wait to do the rest of this series for you. So I hope you all have an amazing day, and I will be talking to you soon. Bye.